dwarves of Ironforge spent countless generations mining treasures from deep within the earth. Hidden within their impregnable stronghold of Ironforge Mountain, they rarely ventured beyond the wintry peaks of Dulmora. Recently, however, the dwarves unearthed a series of ruins that held secrets to their ancient heritage. Driven to discover the truth about his people's fabled origins, the great king Magni Bronzebeard ordered that the dwarves shift their industry from mining to archaeology. As part of the Grand Alliance, the stalwart dwarven armies have been called away to battle the merciless horde in faraway lands. In these perilous times, the defense of the Mountain Kingdom falls to brave dwarves like you. The spirits of the ancient kings watch over you, and the very mountains are your strength. The future of your people is in your hands.
Alright guys, here we are. I do have a few mods set up. I have, let's see, I can show you. I got the bag on mod, which is just, it combines all my inventory into one. I have the details mod. There's a few different mods though, so I'll make this game a little more playable. There's a damage mod up there. I don't need any of that. Alright. I also do have a mod because I am a scrub. Oh man. I am a scrub in this game. I've only played about 15, maybe 20 hours of retail, which I will do videos on when Dragonflight releases. But I got a mod here, and it lets me.
What's on your mind?
It practically makes a retail WoW, where it will show me where to go for quests. So this is the first quest within, I guess you can say classic WoW. This is really just pre-packed Wrath of the Lich King. So it says, what do we have here? Damn. Oh damn, look at this guy. Pingo a dork. One sexy motherfucker right here, I'll tell you that. Anyway.
Watch your back.
So we got the average first quest in WoW. I'll go kill a few wolves, which we will go and do. So, for a little preface, I've never, back in WoW's main day, I've never actually played Wrath of the Lich King. So, whenever that releases, and I guess you could say right now, it'll be my first time actually playing Wrath of the Lich King, which in some people's opinion, especially Asmongold, I think Asmongold thinks it's also. I'm not completely sure. I'm not gonna take his words out of context, but in some people's opinion, Wrath is where WoW peaked at. And honestly, I like retail at where it is right now with Shadowlands, but that is someone that's coming from who's only MMO experience is playing on and off ESO and mainly playing Final Fantasy 14. And I will be doing videos on Final Fantasy 14 also, because a little secret about me, I love How does it feel like? I'll fix it off camera, but see, on BTRL, what I've played was, I mostly played Warlock, right? And Warlock, the only actual ability cooldowns is, there's no Rage, which Rage, you need this to be able to perform an ability, but on Warlock, so how's my rage going down? But on Warlock, you don't need like an ability, you know what I'm saying? Oh wait, I see. You use your one here. You use your one here to I'm a dumbass. Yeah, that's my first time playing Wrath. I'm hoping I can get to level 60 or whatever the skill tip is, so I can do some raids at the very end. I really want to do some classic, you know, mythic raids. Maybe not mythic. I don't know if I'm that good. I don't know if enough people have patience for me to do. For me to do the to withstand me doing mythic raids, because, you know, despite what my friends told me, I know I'm pretty fucking ass at video games. I mean, hell, maybe one of these days I'll upload one of our fucking Destiny raids that me and my buddy does. And then you see me pretty true ass.
See you soon.
Destiny raids, dude, I've done not like savage raids or even hard raids, but I've done like all the Final Fantasy 14 raids, and let me tell you.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
There's that Destiny raids. They're a different animal. I'll tell you that. Completely different animal. Those are some of the hardest shit I've ever done in a video game, to be honest with you. Other than playing fucking Dark Souls. But that shit is hard as fuck. I'll tell you. I mean, it's not really the mechanics that's hard. The mechanics are actually relatively simple. It's like in the King's Fall raid, all you gotta do, right, is go, and I think it's like the third encounter, the one where you gotta kill the knight, and then go, and once someone grabs that ball and stands on the totem, and then the two other players, there's two sides, so there's three people on the left side, three people on the right side, and it's two people stand on both of the totems, and then one guy kills a witch and kills
What's on your mind? Watch your back.
kills the knight, right? And then he drops the buff, and and then the player picks it up, runs, and takes over the totem for like 20 seconds. Like, you get 20 seconds to do that, or the player will wipe, right? Well, the actual objective of going and actually grabbing the buff, running into the player isn't that hard. The hard part is actually doing is actually killing the ads, because the ads are the hardest part of the raid. At least for me, I don't know. That's just me. I mean, I know I'm pretty fucking trash at it, but it's hard. It truly is hard. Like me, we did last whatever time I'm filming this, but on Labor Day weekend, me and my buddy we did the Kingsfall raid, and I was the worst player. Like you get that feeling when you don't think you're the worst player. Like you think there's other people that's worse than you. No, that was not me. I was by far the worst player on that strike team. No questions asked. It was embarrassing. I won't hold it past you. It was embarrassing. I was trash. Let me see. What am I supposed to do? Let me just do this quest real quick. Say the boys. Yeah, it was embarrassing because we played with my friends, but it was me, my friend, his brother, and then 3 like random people who we just we play on Xbox, so we always play through found them through the chat, and I'll tell you, it was hard. Like that wasn't even the first raid I completed. Like I did Vault Glass and what was the other one? I did the Leviathan when I was still in the game. So I completed the raids before, and I wasn't that bad. Like I was bad, but I was nearly not as bad. Like there was a point during one of the encounters where you got to kill. It was one of the encounters. We also had to kill a knight, and I wasn't doing enough damage. So my buddy had to step in and take over my spot because I didn't have the skills. I didn't have the skills to kill him. I didn't understand what I was doing wrong. I mean, I did understand what I was doing wrong, but the thing with that is that, I see that people in WoW don't actually help out other players, I know in retail WoW there's the newbie thing, but, in Final Fantasy there'll be, you'll see someone fighting a fucking monster or something, and then 3 other people helping to help it. I know I'm fighting boars, but it's still not courtesy I'm looking for. Anyway, yeah, dude, and I want to do the, I want to do the Valid Disciple, just because it looks cool, and I really like the Witness. But I don't know if I have the skill to do it. I honestly don't. Like, I'm blown away by it, honestly. Blown away about how trash I am at video games. I'm sure y'all will see, if I keep doing this long enough, how bad I am. But man, these early game quests, though. Definitely early 2000 quest, I'll tell you that. Pick up quests, go kill this, or kill a certain amount of this, and then go back. It's definitely, definitely early 2000 quest. Damn it, man, dodged it. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do, like with just me and the boys doing the Destiny raids. Man, Destiny raids are a different breed. They are a different animal. They truly are. Like I guess once I get to the static raids within Final Fantasy 14, maybe then I can just be like, yeah, maybe not just Destiny, but for the moment, Destiny raids are like on Destiny, not Destiny, but Final Fantasy, you can literally load in, like on the daily objective is to do one alliance trade and one of those regular raids. So like you intended to not struggle with them. But with the Destiny raids, you have it takes a good, I mean, to do one of the alliance raids on Final Fantasy, you can do it within like maybe half an hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how good your DPS is. But to do a Destiny raid, you need to set 4 to 5 hours just to do them. Like, they're not something you can just, do, get them done with, and then, be done. You have to, I mean, I realize that's probably also, WoW's raids also, which I'm not so sure if I'm, because I've seen Asmund do some. I saw him do the one. This guy's just beating my ass. Why is my character not? My character would not fight back. I don't know why. But I also realized that these raids will probably take hours also. Maybe the regular one's done. I'm not sure how raids work in this game. I'm not sure how this game works good, but I'm willing to find out. Because I've enjoyed Vita Vow. I haven't even got to like the Shadowlands part of it either. I've just been doing like leveling and stuff. So I'm excited to see what Vita and eventually Dragonflights. I will do little playthrough of the leveling process to that, and hopefully do some of the raids when it comes out. I definitely won't be world's first, but I'll be there doing it. But when that time comes, I will be there doing it and hopefully uploading it to YouTube. But yeah, Destiny raids are a different animal altogether. I'm sure you got some people and they're like, no, they're easy, bro. They're easy peasy, nothing to worry about. Just let me. I don't know. Destiny people kind of gatekeep a little bit with their raids. Like, if you don't know how to do the mechanics, some people would sit down, teach you how to do it. But there are some people who will just leave. They don't want to deal with your bullshit, and so they'll just leave. Which I don't blame them. I mean, at the most, I don't blame them, but sometimes you gotta sit down and teach players how to do this, how to do a mechanic. That's why I love the Final Fantasy community so much, because they're very. And USGP is a big part of that. It's like it's when him and his team implemented the sprouts, so you can tell who a new player is and who isn't. But even then, like even if you're like not a sprout, like you've been playing for a while, and you don't know like a mechanic to like a certain boss, you can just type in chat, hey, I'm not too good at this. Can someone explain what to do? And someone will gladly. Like I've maybe had like one bad experience on Final Fantasy. That's it. Now, I'm not saying everyone within the Final Fantasy community is like that, but it's. I would say a majority of people on the Final Fantasy is are very open to helping other players. Now that is one thing in this game, WoW, that I'm not so sure about. That I'm intimidated to even talk to anybody in this game, because WoW's been around since 2004.
What can I do for you?
And it scares me, bro. People in this game scare me.
Keep your feet on the ground. What can I do for you?
Because back to that gatekeep. WoW isn't really a gatekeep community, because there's people that will, there are obviously people that will be like, oh yeah, you should play WoW. And then there's obviously a few select few people who will never touch WoW just because of the stigma around it. But isn't that's kind of like with everything, right? You know, I don't really think it's tough to be honest with you. Tell someone, you know, you should play this, and then they have that like WoW has a stigma of being, you know, that neckbeard, fat person see on their lap. You know, like that episode of South, the WoW episode of South Park. That's like the gatekeeping that's within WoW. Not gatekeeping, but that's the stigma around WoW. Is that everyone that plays WoW is like that. But I would beg to differ, because if you go on the Twitch, like the Twitch chat, like Twitch part of WoW, you'll see some very attractive women on there, if I'm honest with you.
See you soon.
I ain't lying. And then, you know, Asmongold, you know, I would say he's the face. No matter if Blizzard wants him to be or not, he's the face of WoW, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, there's a few other people that like soda popping kinda, the soda popping, and then there's a few others that, you know, are big WoW heads. But in my opinion, I would say that Asmongold has done more for the WoW community than anybody else, just for the fact that he's been through the ringer, you know, with this game. And if you don't know who Asmongold, I would say go look him up. He's probably one of the most famous people on Twitch, and he has a YouTube also where you know, he's not as popular on YouTube, but on Twitch he's probably the top dog in my opinion.
How are ya? Off with you.
But yeah, honestly, Asmongold is, I would say, the top dog. But then, alright, well, I finally found the cave I'm supposed to go into. I swear, shit, probably shouldn't have been that hard to find this cave, but, you know, honestly, when you're talking, it's gonna be, you know, get a little distracted from the main objective. So I've been doing a lot of research on the lore of this game, of, like, you know, just WoW, and I gotta say, this lore goes deep. It's very deep. I would say my favorite characters so far is honestly, I really like the Lich King, or Arthas, I think his name is. I think he's very I think he's cool. Told janitor stuff it, and then he went in, pillaged the village, and then gamed the Lich King. And I guess this next expansion is gonna be about, you know, his wrath. I think he's the Lich King, isn't he? He might not actually be a Lich King, but I know he's controlled. Well, he's a Death Knight. That helmet that he's wearing, the Lich King helmet, is what makes him the Lich King. And, well, I know that's what controls him. So I'm almost positive that he is the Lich King. I know the trailer for the expansion is, man, I watched it because it pops up every time I load Classic, and it is epic. It really is. The part where he shoves shoves a sword into the ground, and then the ice dragons come. You're arrested, because you're temporarily bonus for and all the ice dragon pops up. Oh man, I got still gives me chills. And then man, I went a few days ago. I watched all the trailers for all the expansions, and honestly, I don't know. My knowledge of the lore of World of Warcraft, I should say, goes up until like the end of Burning Crusade. That's why I don't. After that, I don't know. I don't know what happens after that. But I could see that towards the which one? It was Legion, I think it was. They kind of, that's when they started playing into that Sylvanas storyline. And I can tell you that probably wasn't really a good idea. I don't know what happened to Sylvanas after, because I've seen when Asmongold watched those cutscenes from Shadowlands. The last thing I knew about her character was that she, let's see what we have here. Ooh, bracelets. I think she got turned into a Banshee by Arthas because she died personally by Arthas because she was playing a bunch of games with him when what's going on? She was playing a bunch of games with him when he started to invade the High Elves. I think she is the High Elves like area. She like kept him busy, and he didn't really like that so much. So he like personally killed Sylvanas and brought her back as a Banshee. And then, so she was a Banshee, and then I think during Warcraft 3, she took control of, I think it was like the Undercapital or the Capital. It was one of those, and she kept a hold of it, and she wasn't really part of the Burning Crusade, like story-wise. And she wasn't part of. I'm almost positive she wasn't part of the Lich King after Lich King. So and then the other trailers that she popped up in was the first one. She was in the Legion expansion when she was on that ship with I want to say that was Alduin's father, wasn't it? I would probably say, yeah. I'll go out on a limb and say that was Alduin's father. But she was, you see, during that trailer, she was helping them, right? It looked like her and Alduin's father was working together. So I don't even know. I just know that when I was watching one of Asmongold's videos, he mentioned something that she like slaughtered an entire race, or she made an entire race go extinct or something. I don't know how, because none of those trailers.
What's on your mind?
Really showed that. Really just showed as a good guy that she, well, not really a good guy, but she was just working with the Horde. Which honestly, also another one of my favorite characters in the WoW universe is Saul. I don't really know much about him, but Dog of Chad. He was on Retail at WoW. You have to like get up to level. Well, I currently just hit level 48 and it popped the Shadowlands expansion. So I guess you have to get up to level 48 before you can start the Shadowlands expansion. So, but the expansion that is easiest for you to level up on is the Warlord of Draenor. So I've been having to play through Warlord of Draenor expansion to level up my character, and Thrall in that beginning was awesome. I liked his character so much, so I went and I looked him up. Man's a Chad, dude. He was a slave, or not a slave, but between Warcraft 1 and 2. Between Warcraft 1 and 2, he got like taken in to be like as a fighting pit. Because then after Warcraft 2, the orcs kind of became indentured servants or slaves to the humans, and they had these concentration camps. Humans did internment camps and concentration camps for the orcs, and this guy's being like an asshole here. And I don't know who it was, but one of the humans took in Thrall as a baby and raised him up to become like a fighting pit gladiator type guy. And so Thrall finally escaped, and he wanted to learn more about his original clan. And so he went to this other clan to ask. I think he went to one of the last remaining surviving clans, and they told him about like his father's clan, and then he went to that clan, and they crowned him like the leader, whatever the hierarchy of orcs is. And then after that, he like rose to power to be in charge of the entire horde, which I think is honestly, I don't know how much more of a better origin story you can have than that. And honestly, I was looking back at like the original story, like the original Warcraft. None of this would have happened. Like none of this, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, none of it would have happened if the orcs just didn't drink the blood of that god. You know, if they didn't drink the blood, they wouldn't have turned into. Do they turn? Is it the? I don't know if they. I think they turn into Burning Legion, right? Once they drink the blood, they go crazy, and what's his name wouldn't have had to send them through that portal to Azeroth, and they wouldn't have attacked the humans. They would have probably stayed on Draenor. I'm pretty sure they came from Draenor. I think they came from Draenor. Like I said, I'm just not trying to learn about this lore, but I think they came from Draenor, and they attacked the humans. Humans lost in Warcraft 1, and they fled between Warcraft 1 and 2. In Warcraft 2, they fled to the capital city, where they started building an alliance. And then on the other side, the Horde started building their armies. And I've been watching YouTube videos on it, but I'm not completely sure if that's what happened. I would like to play through Warcraft 1 and 2, but I'm almost positive Warcraft 1 and 2 isn't on the Blizzard launcher. I'm pretty sure it's just the Warcraft 3
You got my attention.
Reforged, which I heard some people are mad about. I don't know why. Like, it looks pretty good. I don't know why people were so mad about it. People get mad about everything nowadays, which some of it is, some of it's kind of justified, some of it's not, I would say. Like, here's my opinion on video games nowadays is,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care. Jerry.
that so many gaming companies are so focused on money, but that when games that blow, great games like that come out, like Elden Ring, let's just take that for example. That game was amazing, and it got well deserved by its people who played it. It got well deserved, and people aren't used to that, which is it's kind of on the gaming company's fault because they got greedy in the pursuit of making good games, but they forgot to make good games. You can say Blizzard has been Blizzard and his Call of Duty, or Activision side, but it's basically the same thing. They've been pretty greedy. That I heard that they in Overwatch 2 they are taking out like they're putting the characters you don't get the character free, that they're putting them in the battle pass. That's stupid. And that means that you actually have to spend money now to play a new character in Overwatch, which in previous game, Overwatch 1, you could get that character for free. So that means Overwatch 2 is becoming more monetized and they're wanting more money. It's the byproduct of Jeff Kaplan leaving the Overwatch team, which it's sad to see. It's sad to see. It's such a, honestly, a great game. Oh my god. Fuck. Even when I said earlier about me being bad at games, yeah. It's a byproduct of Jeff Kaplan leaving. There was probably a good reason. I mean, he left probably because of all that Blizzard drama about those Blizzard employees, drinking women's milk and sexually assaulting women, which was fucked up its own night. But, goes back to that monetization that. And then there's another, on the whole other side of that coin, is that all these gaming companies think they need to make a battle royale. See, my problem with COD now is, COD, I loved Black Ops 1, 2, and 3, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2. I even liked, Advanced Warfare. I thought those games were fun. They were fun to play, and, they felt good. They had constant content coming from them. Not constant, but they had pretty decent content coming from this one time. They weren't like this. I would say, if there was one thing that's killing the Call of Duty franchise, it is Warzone. And because Warzone, if you take Vanguard, for example. Vanguard could have been good, but you know why it wasn't good? It's because they focused on Warzone. They focused on putting all that stuff in Warzone. I'm gonna die again. They focused on those cosmetics. Look how they have great cosmetics, but they spent way too much money. This damn wolf killed me. Incredible. They put way too much money into making those cosmetics, which the cosmetics are great. They aren't no Fortnite cosmetics, but they're good. Like the anime ones, I ain't gonna hold you. They're good. ain't incredible, but they're good. But a lot of people say like, oh, Verdansk was the best time for Warzone. I don't think there was any time good for Warzone. And you know why there was no good times? Mostly because of two reasons: the competitiveness, the competitive / community, and Activision. Those are the two reasons that Warzone was never good. So let's put Activision aside for now. Let me talk about the community. Why the community isn't good. So if you look at all these battle royales, Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, these communities of people, it's the competitiveness. Everyone wants to be that pro league, you know, MLG, FaZe, whatever. You know, they're more into taking these big clips, post on TikTok, post on Instagram, show their try to gain a following, which there's nothing wrong with that. But when the community itself is asking Activision or, you know, EA or anybody, EA for Apex or Epic Games for Fortnite, to nerf this, nerf that. A prime example of what I'm talking about. Prime example is in Apex when I don't know a little about this, but I didn't really look too deep about it. But I think it was the knockdown shield that it would revive you, and so you'd knock someone, they'd crawl away, and you don't finish them off right away. They'd have time to get back up and revive with their knockdown shield, which is a great idea because I'm pretty sure it's a legendary item, so it's not easy to come across those. So obviously, you know, people, the quote-unquote pro community didn't like that because, you know, it actually took time and skill to, you know, finish off your opponent once they are down. And so they whined, complained, like, you know, gamers do. And what did happen? EA took it out of the game. It's not in the game anymore. Because the community, mostly Twitch streamers, mostly these big content creators, complained about it. And it's not in the game anymore. When at its heart, it was a good idea for a legendary item. That's all it was. It was just a good idea for a legendary item. And it's got taken out of the game because these quote-unquote pro gamers, pro leaguers, pro whatever you want to call it, didn't like it. And I'm going to run away from this clogger because I'm going to die. Which, in my opinion, it shouldn't happen. If a company puts something in a game, and that means they intended it for it to be in the game. They intended, you know, as like knockdown shit. They intended it to raise people from being knocked down, and they got so much backlash from it that they took it out. See, if you were truly good, if you are a truly good Apex player, which I don't think you can be truly good at any Battle Royale, because all Battle Royale is RNG. You know, it's you and one other guy land at the same place. It just doesn't take much skill because the first person that gets the first gun is gonna obviously win that battle. So first off, it's hard to, you know, be a pro at a Battle Royale. Now, I'm pretty sure if me and Nick Merckx landed at the same building and I got a gun before him, I'm pretty sure I could kill him. And does that make me the better player? No, it absolutely doesn't. It means that I have the better luck than him. That's all it means. So it's hard to just be, you know, it's hard to say that those games are actually competitive. They're mostly RNG. But yeah, that's what I think is wrong with gaming community on that side. I think people complaining about wanting all these nerfs when they're not even developers. They don't even know. They don't see the bigger picture. All they see is their one gameplay. They see that they suck at a video game. That's also the other side of cheating, is that, you know, you have this guy who works a 9 to 5 and he comes home and there's this, you know, little Timmy who's been playing the game for 12 hours straight. He hyped up on G Fuel and Red Bull, and he comes crashing in. What is the old John gonna do? He's gonna die. It's a literal Timmy here. After a while, he's gonna get sick of it. He's gonna download some hacks so he can actually have some fun in a video game that he, you know, enjoys. That's why most times when it comes to cheating in like Call of Duty or something, I don't blame him. Like, you know, it's just it's hard out here. And you have all these fucking wannabe pro leaguers, you know, shitting on you, and then you can't compete. Like, it's straight like that. You can't compete in today's pro league. And I mean, I might some way down the line upload a video of me and some of my friends playing a multiplayer game. It might be pretty soon, or it could be pretty far away from when I upload it, but, you know, and then I guess I'll touch on it even more than I have this last, you know, 15 minutes of me complaining about this. I will touch on it, but it's crazy. Damn, these boars do not want to drop me these boar ribs. If you might can tell me, does this game still have, like, will I be able to unlock the specialization and I get to choose? Like kind of, I want to be melee or melee or a DPS or a tank. Do I get to choose that when I hit level 10? Because I'm not really wanting to be a DPS guy. I kind of want to make this character a tank. And if this game, which this classic WoW doesn't have that, it will be a... let's see if I can kill this boar before I die here. Nope, not gonna be able to. Incredibly good at video games here in German. This is top level gameplay. They should make a fucking WoW phase team and add me to this top level fucking gameplay right here. Incredible. I die in three times, 2 fucking wolves. And where'd all these wolves come from? Where'd this wolf come? This wolf wasn't there when I walked past it. Or was it? I just didn't see it. I swear that wolf wasn't there. Hey, buddy. Anybody see any gnomes? Me and my friends are doing a fucking D&D campaign, and I made my character racist against gnomes. And I made my character like 3 months ago before any of the other people in the campaign made theirs, and I didn't realize that one of the other people in my campaign is gonna be a gnome. So that dynamic between my character and his character is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be toasty. It's gonna be pretty fucking saucy, if you ask me. And then my what's it, GM, or what's the main guy's name that does it all? Like, you know, Dungeon Master, DM, Dungeon Master. He says he's gonna. He doesn't come out straight say it, but he's basically said that he's gonna try and get my character killed for some reason. Basically, just because I'm racist against gnomes. Well, my character is racist against gnomes. I'm not actually racist at all. Well, my character is racist against names. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I'm coming up on an hour now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this quest, so I'm gonna end it from here. Thank you all for watching. Catch you on the next one. Stay toasty, y'all.